So I'm going to show you the best damn garlic bread you've ever had. Forgive me, I'm a little sweaty cooking in the kitchen. So you're going to need a cup of Parmesan, probably about 2 cups, because you're going to need some for putting on top as well. And then you're going to need 1 lemon. You're going to need about 1 cup of butter, and you want the good kind. Kerrygold if you can, if your store has it. Basically, you want as little vegetable oil inside of your butter as you can, because you want those milk solids from the actual butter itself, because they're going to be caramelizing and cooking out our garlic. You're going to be confiting your garlic, if you know what that is. So you're going to take your cup of butter, and I'm going to recreate this because I'm obviously not cooking it right now. I already have it set. I'll show you that here in a minute. But as I'm going to come over the stove, where'd my pan go? Let me grab my pan. You're going to then put your cup of butter in here. You're going to throw in 10 cloves of garlic. You want them peeled, but you do not want them chopped up or anything like that. You can cut off the little like woody root end of it, but you don't want to like tear it up or anything like that, because it's going to be cooking it, and it's going to get soft enough where you can puree it. And you don't need to stir it either. You want it on about, so my stove's still a little warm, but for me personally, there's a small burner and then there's a large burner, so I put it to about 4, and once it got going to about a simmer, you want a little bit of bubbles, you don't want it boiling. I turned it down to about 2, and I kind of adjusted the heat there as needed. And then while that's kind of lightly bubbling, you're going to notice that it's starting to brown a bit. Every now and then, you're going to cook it about 15 minutes or until the garlic is tender. You're then going to give it a little swirl. You don't want to like shake it violently. You don't need to. You just want to give it a little swirl to kind of make sure that nothing's sticking on the bottom of the pan. You don't want to jump it around like it's your first time on prom night. You don't want to do that, because you will have the Italian napalm on your skin, and it's just like bacon grease, so you don't want that. Something else is, sorry for that loud sound effect right at the beginning. I got this nice ciabatta sandwich loaves. There's like a little bit bigger one, but this was a pack of 4, so I decided to get this instead. So you're going to grab your ciabatta bread, you're going to slice it down the middle, and then you're going to then take this mixture, which this is the hot one, it's still cooling down. Once this gets to the same consistency of normal softened butter, you don't want it to be melted anymore. You want it to cool down and get back to that normal soft consistency of butter. But first, in here, you're going to add that cup of Parmesan I told you about, the red chili flakes. This is a take on Joshua Weissman's recipe. He used Szechuan chili flakes and then black garlic. Instead of black garlic and the Szechuan chili flakes, like I said, I'm using red chili flake, and I'm using some raw garlic in place of the caramelized garlic, the confit garlic that I have in there already. Then, while that garlic is cooking, that in the butter, I should have mentioned this before, you're going to take some prosciutto, and you're going to crisp that up in a pan, and some rosemary, fresh rosemary, and fresh parsley, Italian parsley. You're going to chop them up fine, and you're going to put them in a bowl, and you're going to mix them together, because this mixture is going to go on top of our garlic bread once it is done. Oh, something else I forgot. You're going to want to put some lemon zest in here as well. That's what the lemon is for. Lemon zest, you want, basically to zest your lemon, you're going to take like a cheese grater and you use the small holes on it, or you can, if you have just like a zester, you can use that too. And you're going to then drag it across that thing, and you're going to slowly kind of get the zest. You do not want the pith, which is that white part. You just want the bright yellow bits. You want to leave that white pith behind. You don't want any of that, because the oils and the flavor of a lot of lemon is in that peel. So make sure you get that out, and it's delicious, and you'll see what I mean later. So this is a butter batch that I made earlier, and something that you're going to also do once this cools down more. You don't want to do it while it's warm. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. I do it while it's in a more solidified state. You want to add 3 tablespoons of a really nice olive oil, and then toss it up together, let it sit and get a little more solidified, preferably in the fridge if you want, and then you will be ready to set up your garlic bread, and I'll show you how. So cut your bread in half just like this. You're going to put this flat side face down on your pan or in your air fryer at 400 for 8 minutes to kind of dry it out and get it a little crusty and golden brown, and that's what we're going to do. So I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so I pulled the bread out of the air fryer. I'm going to show you real quick. This is kind of, that's really hot, but this is kind of what we're looking for. It was super soft. It's still a little soft, but you can hear it's kind of like more crunchy now, and that's what we're looking for. Let it cool for about 2 minutes before you put on your butter mixture. So I'll see you in a minute. So you're going to get a nice fine layer on this thing of all your butter garlic mixture, and then you're going to take some Parmesan and spread it across the top. Do not be stingy. Show you here in a second. About like that. Get a nice little layer on it. And then you're going to throw this in the broiler. If you have an oven, use one of those. But throw it in the broiler or an air fryer. 450 for a few minutes. You want to basically get it till this cheese is nice and golden bubbly. And that'll be it. And I'll show you that next. After it comes out, you're going to have these golden bits, and this is what it's going to look like. The edges will be a little bit darker because they're edges. Make sure you get them covered with butter if you can. It'll help them out, and also cover them with cheese. But you can chop these off if they get a little too dark if you want. But as you can tell, these are nice. Ooh, still a little hot. So butter's still melting. Be careful. Like I said, Italian napalm. You're then going to take your mixture right here, your prosciutto, parsley, and rosemary, and you're going to drizzle it all over your garlic bread. I'm going to be missing here because I'm filming and trying to do this with one hand at the same time, but you get the idea. Just kind of drizzle it all over, and as that rosemary, parsley, and prosciutto hit that hot bread, that rosemary oil is going to start kind of seeping out of it, and you'll smell rosemary, and it smells divine. So this is the level 3 garlic bread. Let me chop up a piece and I'll try it and show you guys what it looks like. And that is what the finished product looks like. You can see how the butter's kind of seeped down in those layers. You have a nice crispy, if you can hear it, bread, but it's still kind of soft in the middle. Having it warm is the best time, but even cold, it's still pretty good. So let's take a bite. It's still hot as hell. Ha. Damn good. Something I forgot. In your butter mixture, make sure you add salt and pepper. Something I forgot. I didn't forget it, but I forgot to tell you. Anyway, enjoy.